Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Today looking at another activewear style garment from Helikon-Tex. This is the Helikon-Tex range hoodie. Now, as you probably take from the naming convention on this is a hoodie that is primarily designed so that if you have a day out at the range doing some pew-pewy kind of stuff, then it's perfectly suited for that. Having had this now for a few months, I've tested it whilst pew-pewing, I've tested it whilst skirmishing, I've tested it just on some nice walks, and whether you've bought this specifically to test at the range or whether you bought this just because you want something that's more of an active wear that you can wear on a day-to-day basis, I think you will be very happy with this. Now, as far as materials go, there's three materials on this. One main one, which is the main one, hopefully here that you'll see here on the front, and this is TopCool material, which is 100% polyester. Some of you in exceptionally warm climes, with this being 100% polyester, may find that this isn't, well, it may be a little bit too hot for you. You may prefer something that's maybe more of a natural material. Here in the Kingdom of the Moorlands today, it's about, say, 15, 16 degrees. There's actually a really nice breeze coming through my land today. So it's not actually really bad at all. In fact, it's really nice. The stitching on this, I'm not an expert on materials by any degree, but it's very similar to some of those kind of polo shirts that you get. That's like that is a polyester material. So the stitching on this, at least when I pull this like this, it almost looks like a very finely woven mesh, which I guess all material is a very finely woven mesh, but hopefully that explains it. That's the main material. There is another one here on the side. You'll notice that there is a different in colours. So as far as colours are concerned, I think this is available in at least 4 different colours. There's an all black, a tan, a green, which is this one, and there's a grey version. But you get this here on the side. You'll notice that it's on the arms as well, and it's on the hood here on the back as well. This is made with VersaStretch, which is a mix of nylon and elastin, which again just gives it that extra little bit of kind of stretch as well. Now, as far as measurements are concerned, so I am usually a large. I have found recently, I don't know if Helikon-Tex have changed some of their measurements, but a lot of the items that I've purchased, I've got them in extra large, and extra large fits me fine. I don't think I've changed. I haven't put on any weight, I haven't changed any of my measurements, but I got this in extra large and I've found that it fits me just right. I'm a 44 to 48 inch chest, I'm 5'10", I weigh about 100 kilos, which is about 220 pounds, and yes, so this is an extra large, and I'm glad that I got the extra large. Arms, just right, not too big, not too small, you know, it's just as I would expect. I did mention, sorry, there was an additional material, and that is, so inside the bicep pocket here, and there is another pocket which we will have a look at, there is that mesh that Helikon-Tex use. It goes from the bicep pocket all the way up here onto this seam, so it does add maybe an extra layer of protection on your shoulder if you're carrying stuff, maybe rifle straps, all of that sort of stuff that have a habit of digging in. Maybe you're wearing a chest rig, maybe you're wearing a plate carrier. It adds a small amount of extra protection. I'm not saying that it's padded, it certainly isn't lined, but I do appreciate the extra detail that they went into allowing that mesh to go up into that top seam. Now, as far as features on here are concerned, so starting at the top and working down, you have a zip opening here. There is also like a little hood on the inside, so any of those chest pubes will stop going into the zip. It doesn't have a beard protector here at the top, so if you do have a bit of a neck beard, then you might get that caught, but I certainly haven't noticed on the days when I've let some of my facial pubes go a little bit longer than usual. The zip, YKK zips, and there is a pull on here as well. Just below the zip there is a small piece of material here, so if you are at the range and you've got your eye pro on, but then maybe you've got prescription glasses, or if you know, for whatever reason that you want to take some glasses off, then you can just put your glasses there on the front and they're always at hand should you need them, or your eye pro, I guess. The front here, fairly plain, down onto the hem, and then at the hem again, so with this there are no kind of pull cords or bungees or anything like that. It's designed to fit like a polo shirt, like a long sleeve t-shirt. You just put it on and do whatever it is that you need to do for the day. If you're enjoying the content today and you'd like to support my channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below. If you do choose to do that, I'd like to say a huge thank you and welcome on board into the Moorlander community. Now back to today's content. Now there is some additional storage options on here. I kind of skirted past this, but just roughly about halfway down there are two pockets. Now I say two pockets, there are two zips, but it goes into one pocket that is a full pass-through. Taking your gloves off, if you've got a little tool or something, you need to adjust something on your rifle or whatever it is, you can put those into here. Maybe you've got some papers for the range that, you know, you whatever it is, whatever drills, I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing, you want to keep your papers in here, then you can get these in. Really nice. I'd say that these are reasonably discreet, so if you're not using this for the range and this is just an activewear piece of clothing that you want, the opening to the zips is very close to this VersaStretch panel here, so it is reasonably discreet. If you wanted to make it a little bit more discreet, I guess you could take these pulls off. So you have the zip and then you have the pull on the, or at least the zipper pull, and then you have one of these little fabric pulls on here. You could probably take that off again and just make it a little bit more discreet. I've used this with both a full plate carrier and I've used this with a chest rig as well. I found that these zips don't get in the way, but again, if they were, maybe if you were to take this fabric bit off here, then it would reduce any kind of wear or anything like this, but certainly haven't had any issues myself. I will say that the VersaStretch here on the side, especially for cummerbunds, if you're putting stuff into those cummerbunds, often kind of dig in as well sometimes, then it's nice having this on the side. I find with the VersaStretch, the nylon on there is just a little bit nicer and softer against your skin. That's not to say that this polyester is abrasive against your skin, but just those side bits here on your love handles, around your belt, having that there, it just feels a little bit nicer. The back is pretty much the same as the front, just without the zip. It's the same TopCool material. There is a hood, as you'd expect. You know, this is called the Range Hoodie. So the hood comes up round the sides here through this panel. This is your same TopCool material, and then through the top here, this is more of that VersaStretch. And then on the inside, you know, I mentioned about the mesh. So on the outside, it's almost, I guess you could call it lined. It definitely is. Well, it is lined actually. Yeah, it's lined with this mesh. So I'll take that back. You have your normal kind of outer hood, and then you have this mesh lining. Personally, because I shave my head, you get stuff stuck to it. You know, if you're follically challenged like myself, you get stuff stuck to it. So when you pull the hood up, you can often pull the hood down and find that the mesh just gets stuck to your head. It's just one of those things. It's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing, it's just an observation. If you have a full head of flowing locks, you might find that you don't have that issue, and well, bully for you. But anyway, back to the arms. So on the arms here, on both of the biceps, you have You have some hook and loop on here, so if you want to put some morale patches on here, if there's anything else that you want to put on here, then you can put those on. And then in front of each of those, on both sides, you have a small bicep pocket, good for notes, or maybe you want to put some, I don't know, sweets in there, whatever you want, then yeah, you have these on there. Moving on to the elbows, you have more of that VersaStretch material, but then on the back of here you do have, which is a pain to get into, it's probably easier to do this when it's not on, but there's some hook and loop on here, so if you have some small minimal pads, you can put that into there. So again, getting down onto your elbows, if you're going prone quite a lot, will just take a little bit off your elbows, yeah, should you need it. Moving down to the cuffs, I don't know what style of cuffs you'd call this. It's just like when you get a normal hoodie, it's just an elastic cuff that's on here, and does a good job. So I've tried this wearing both gloves and when I'm not wearing gloves. So when I'm wearing gloves, I do find it's not one of those that will fit into a glove, which generally they don't fit into a glove anyway, whatever, you just pull it up, put your gloves on, and then you're on. Being able to pull it over your gloves though is pretty good, because there's just enough kind of support or elasticity in here that will keep it over your glove. Now if you're getting up and down and you're bending over a lot, you will find that it just rides up ever so slightly, but you know, it is what it is. If you want to, however though, and you want to pull your arms up, it will come up. It's a little bit of a slightly tough material, so when you're pulling it up, you do have to make sure I have reasonably manly forearms. But getting it over is fine, and I suppose the important point of it is doing whatever it is that you're doing for a few hours, you don't get any pinch points, especially when you've been warm, you've been sweaty, and this does get damp, and you know how it gets, full of sweat. No pinch points through here, so you don't get those weird kind of, what do you call them? They're just like kind of pressure creases when bits have been getting stuck into your elbows there. I think the biggest takeaway for this for me has been just how comfortable this is. Just for every day's out walking in the woods, out walking in the moorlands, it's been really nice. Being able to put maybe a smaller or a lightweight jacket over the top of this has been great as well. They work well together. But doing active stuff, it's been very good at helping to wick away some of that moisture away from me. On days where I've had something that sits across the front or sits across the front here, it's also done a very good at being able to get air in underneath and kind of around, and being able to circulate that around. I think with this being 100% polyester, some of you in very warm climates may struggle with this. However, I think if you're in an area maybe that is protected, or you're inside, or hopefully air conditioned, then you probably won't have any issues with this whatsoever. But yeah, really happy with this. It's just, again, it's another great, well thought out product from Helikon-Tex, and another one that I'm really impressed with. Now this was sent to me by Military First. I want to give a huge shout out to the team at Military First. You guys rock. They're a short stone's throw away from the Kingdom and the Moorlands over in Manchester in England. They are one of, if not the largest outdoor military adventuring online retailers that we have here in the UK, but they also post all the way through Europe and the rest of the world to be able to cater for everybody on the globe. Should you see one of their products and think, yeah, that's what I like. As far as Helikon-Tex is concerned, they must have an amazing relationship with Helikon-Tex generally. There are a few items that they haven't got yet, but generally, if you can find something on the Helikon-Tex website, then you can probably purchase it from them, and then yeah, get that sent out to you. Here in the UK, it's pretty good, mainly because you don't have to pay some of the, I think it's like 21 euros just to have it posted to the UK, whereas here in the UK, the postage is a hell of a lot cheaper than that. So yes, massive shout out to the Military First team. I'll leave all of their links below here. I'll also leave some of my social media links so you can follow me here on Moorlander EDC, and also my sister channel Moorlander Tactical. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Here's Moorlander EDC. Today we're having a pizza pasta pizza 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 pasta pasta pizza pizza pasta pasta pizza pizza tagliatelle. A lot of planes today, constantly. Someone's doing aerial manoeuvres here. No, they're buggered off the other way. Or at least let's just move the camera ever so slightly so that we can take a closer look. And by saying move the camera ever so slightly, what I probably mean is just move backwards. How's that? How's... Oh, no, that's gone down. That might be better. That is perfect. We'll go through some measurements, what kind of measurements, some materials. That plane better sod off. The back is very similar to the front, other than the fact that it doesn't have a pocket and a zip. It's the same TopCool material, and it feels really nice on there. You're gonna have to f off, you f. Why? Why?